I used to swear by my morning routines until I became a mom. Hi, welcome back to my channel. I'm Ahana and here we talk about all things related to stationery, planners, productivity, organization and in general living your best life. I am a mom of a 1-year-old and recently I made a video about my whole pregnancy journey and how it feels like to be a mother. So in light of that, I haven't been really on top of all of my routines. If you guys have been following me from the very beginning, then at that point I was single, freshly out of college, just into a new job, and I was living with my parents and then living by myself for some time, and I was kind of able to handle all my routines. Even when I was just married, I was able to maintain all my proper morning routines, night routines, skincare, etc., everything perfectly to a T. But of course, when you become a mom, you have other priorities. So in this video, I'm going to tell you why I ditched my perfect morning routine and what I do now. Let's get into it. So just to give you a glimpse, what my old routine used to be was quite intensive. I was a big follower of the 5 a.m. club when I was living by myself and with my parents. I used to wake up really early and I used to work out for about an hour, sometimes an hour and a half, and then I would do my journaling. I would do my a little guided meditation thing. I would definitely read a couple of pages of a book, and I would most days I would finish my 10k steps before 9 a.m. So that was quite an intense. Let me just quickly take you through the steps of the morning routine. So I used to follow savers, which is something I learned from the Miracle Morning, which was silence, affirmations, visualization, exercise, reading and scribing, which basically was writing. So a little bit of guided meditation in the beginning, and then you can do all 6 of this in 1 hour, so you give 10 minutes each. But because I didn't really have a time constraint, so I took as long as I wanted to take. Then little affirmations. So I used to have these little affirmation cards which I would read out to myself. Then visualization, again I take a little help from more guided visualizations or guided meditation, because that's not something that comes very naturally to me. But I also had my vision board front and center all the time on my desk or somewhere where I could always refer to it, flip back to it, and I would constantly be looking at it, just imagining, willing these things into life. Then I had exercise, which was the biggest chunk of my morning routine. So again, about 90 minutes ish it would take. Then I would definitely read for 30 minutes, and then I would journal for about 30 more. Sometimes I would journal the first thing because something that was going on in my head and I just wanted to get it out. And I used to religiously journal when I was at home, and right until my daughter was born. Actually, even during pregnancy I used to journal a lot, because that really helped me stay just a little bit sane, and because some of my symptoms were kind of complicated, so it just kept me a little less scared to just put my worst thoughts out on paper so they're not in my head. And now, as a working mom, my work day officially starts around 12:30, and most days when I'm going to office, I have to start from my house at around 11:30. So this process, so my entire morning routine, everything, not just morning routine, because I have to tend to my kid and then just get ready for the day, mentally, physically, all of that, everything has to be done between the hours of 7 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. every single day. And on 2 days of the week, right now I'm going to office 2 days a week, and I also 2 days of the week I take my daughter to a little play group kind of a thing. So that kind of shaves off another hour from the morning time that I get, and I do like to spend a significant amount of time with her right now in the mornings. So let me just give you what is my updated morning routine and what is working for me in this season of my life, and what all I have skipped, what all I have modified, and what I have kept as is and I'm continuing into the season of my life. So my first absolute non-negotiable recently has, not recently, for the past couple of months, has become jeera water. So I do not do caffeine first thing in the morning. And I used to have tea, like in the middle I got into a really bad like tea addiction. I was always having milk and sugar and everything in tea, and it was like it's really addictive because it's so good, but it's not great for you all the time. So I had to cut that down. And then I was looking for some more gut friendly options because I keep having some gut issues like every other month or something. So I started having jeera water, and that has helped me so much. It really helps me debloat. It keeps my digestion like working properly. The second thing that it is just some kind of activity, and I have kept it very fluid because I don't have time to be super rigid about like the kind of workout routine that I do, because depending on when my daughter wakes up is basically how much time I have to work out. And I've tried to like work out with like her in the room, etc., but she will try to lift my dumbbells up or like topple over some weights or something she will do. So it's very risky, so I don't want to do that. So I want to get my workout done before she wakes up, and that can range from like a yoga with Adrian video to a grow with Joe like walk along workout. I don't feel strong enough for Chloe eating yet, but when I do, maybe that. I do some resistance training exercises because I was doing weight training before I got pregnant also, so I have like an idea of what to do and what works for me. I mostly do body weight exercises in the morning, and on days that I really do not feel like doing any of these things, then I just put my daughter in a stroller and go downstairs for like an hour long walk, and that gets me in about 5 to 6k steps, and yeah, that's my activity for the day. But some amount of activity really helps me just like mentally staying well. Like physically I have done all my tests and touch wood, everything's okay, and I just keep a check on that. But mentally that really has helped me. Like every day that I do some sort of activity, I feel infinitely better than the days that I skip doing some kind of activity. The third thing that has been really helpful for me, and I'm not like a fitness coach, or I'm not here to give any advice on like weight loss, etc., but something that has helped me in my postpartum period, that has been intermittent fasting. Like I mostly always eat home cooked food apart from some of the weekends, and like just keeping that gap between my dinner and my first meal of the day longer has kind of helped me also with my like digestion issues, and just in general it's like been helpful to cut out one meal. And honestly, I am not like consciously not eating until it's a certain time. I'm just not eating until I feel hungry. More intuitive eating rather than just like having a set meal in my head that I have to eat 2 rotis and I have to eat 1 sabzi, I have to eat 1 katori of dal. I don't think like that. Like I eat as hungry as I feel. The next thing that really helps my mind feel better is just a little quick physical decluttering. So because I have a toddler now, and her toys and her books and everything is everywhere, and we do the nightly cleanup when she goes to bed, but it still feels like everything is always spilling out of boxes and cartons and everything. So whenever I see something in the morning, I'll just like quickly put away some of the things so that there is more like physical space, and more when I see more physical space, I feel better mentally. That is one thing that I've introduced. Like earlier, like cleanup was like a more big task that I would keep for a weekend or something, but now it's more of a daily like quick tidy up, put everything back in its place. If you see something that is expired, throw it away. Like I will just pick one area of the house as I wish and then just clean up that. The final thing is like my reading has now evolved more into listening. So I have a lot more audiobooks for the things that I like, or podcasts, and that is primarily my commute time. So whenever I am going to work or coming back from work, that's about an hour car ride, and that's when I'll do all of my like reading. I mean, that's when I like consume information. So I really like that time when I can just listen to Audible or listen to a podcast. There's so many great podcasts these days, and my current favorite is actually Not Gonna Lie by Kylie Kelsey. And of course I'm a Swiftie, so I will listen to like all the adjacent Swiftie branches of everything. But she's super cool. She's also a mom, and she's a mom of 4 girls, and she has like really cool takes on parenting, which I really like. So yeah, that's what I've been listening to. And yeah, so that is now kind of like my morning routine. I extended the reading part a little bit, like post the morning, because that's just the commute part. But yeah, that's how my habits of my morning routine have evolved, and I believe that you make your systems work for you, and this is the system that's working for me currently. Let me know if you also do any of these steps, and have you recently changed up your morning routine, and what does your new day look like? I would love to know in the comments below. Okay, I'll see you next time. Bye.